Did Jill Biden just throw down the gauntlet to her own party? When a former White House spokesman slammed her new memoir for needlessly reopening old wounds from the 2024 election, her response was direct, defiant, and absolutely unforgettable. "Say it to my face, buddy." Before we dive into this explosive political showdown, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in US politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you don't miss out on critical updates like this one. The scene was set in New York City, at an event celebrating her book, View from the East Wing. It was there that Jill Biden was directly confronted with criticism from Andrew Bates, a former Biden White House spokesman. According to the New York Post, Bates questioned the timing of her memoir, stating, "I don't see why that painful conversation for the party needed to be publicly reopened right now." This wasn't just a casual observation, it was a critique questioning the wisdom and necessity of Jill Biden's decision to share certain aspects of her experiences. But Jill wasn't about to let that criticism slide. Her immediate retort, "I want to say to Andrew, call me up, and say it to my face, buddy," shows a clear unwillingness to accept anonymous or behind-the-scenes critiques. This isn't the typical measured response one might expect from a first lady. This is a direct challenge, a demand for accountability and open dialogue. She defended her work, asserting that her book only dedicates one chapter on politics, implying that the main focus is on other aspects of her life and her time in the East Wing, not on rehashing election strategies or internal party conflicts. However, the narrative she presented was quickly complicated by other revelations within the book and her recent media appearances. She did, in fact, delve into the 2024 election more broadly, touching upon sensitive topics like former President Joe Biden's widely criticized debate performance in June. She also offered her personal perspective on the president's decision to run for re-election, a decision that has been a constant source of debate and concern. One particularly striking point was her admission regarding her husband's condition leading up to that pivotal debate. She stated that she would have been honest with him about his fitness for office had she observed his condition beforehand, but crucially, she wasn't present for his debate preparations at Camp David. "I was out campaigning," she explained. "So I didn't see him at debate camp at Camp David." This highlights a potential disconnect, a period where she wasn't privy to the immediate factors that might have influenced his performance or his readiness for the rigors of a presidential campaign. She even shared the personal toll this has taken, admitting, "I never wanted to see that moment again in my life, but since I've been doing press for 2 days, they're like, watch this clip." And then came the admission that has sent shockwaves through political circles, "I saw Joe aging." "My God, we all saw him aging," she confessed. This candid acknowledgement of the president's aging is significant, especially when viewed in conjunction with her comments from just a day prior on The View. During her appearance on The View, co-host Alyssa Farah Griffin posed a direct question: would her husband have been in a good place to serve another 4 years? Jill Biden's response was chillingly direct, "Well, not from what I know now." She elaborated on the shock of unexpected health crises, referencing a cancer diagnosis that drastically altered their future plans. "My God! Who knew? It was so shocking to get that cancer diagnosis. I mean, we had, here I was, looking through travel magazines like, oh, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? And then we get this cancer diagnosis and I think, what am I doing? Like, our whole life has changed now." It was just shocking. So, what does all of this mean? Jill Biden's pushback against internal critics suggests a desire for agency and a belief that her story, even the politically charged parts, deserves to be told on her own terms. Her willingness to confront those who criticize her memoir, even indirectly, signals a strong defense of her narrative. This directly impacts the perception of the Biden administration and the Democratic Party. Critics will seize upon her admissions about the president's aging in debate performance to fuel arguments about his fitness for office. Supporters, on the other hand, might see her candor as a sign of strength and honesty, a necessary step in grappling with difficult truths. The possible outcomes are varied. This could galvanize support for Jill Biden as a strong, independent voice within the administration. Conversely, it could deepen existing divisions within the party, creating friction between those who want to focus on future campaigns and those who feel past issues are being unnecessarily re-examined. Her direct challenge to Bates suggests a willingness to engage in public debate, which could lead to further revelations or defensive responses from other political figures. The ongoing discussion about the president's age and health is now amplified by the First Lady's own words, making it a central talking point for the foreseeable future. So, what do you think about Jill Biden's fiery response and her candid admissions? Is she right to defend her memoir, or should she have avoided reopening painful election conversations? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. Jill Biden has proven she's not afraid to stand her ground, and her memoir is clearly shaping up to be more than just a collection of memories. It's becoming a political statement. We'll be watching closely to see how this unfolds.